He inherited a house in a town with a dark secret, where an ancient evil wakes every 27 years. Now, it's hunting him, a shape-shifting clown that feeds on fear. To survive, he must conquer his deepest terrors. ... or become its next victim. This is the rust of Derry. The moving van groaned as it disgorged the final, sorry-looking armchair onto the cracked concrete driveway. Leo wiped a sleeve across his forehead, leaving a grimy streak on his skin. Derry, Maine. The name sounded like a sigh. A place people ended up, not a place they chose. That's the last of it, Mr. Vance, the mover said, his voice flat. He didn't wait for a reply, just climbed into his cab and rumbled away, leaving Leo alone in the deep, unsettling silence of 29 Neibolt Street. The house was a Victorian dowager who had let herself go. Peeling paint curled like dead skin. The wraparound porch sagged in the middle, and one of the upper windows was a cyclops eye, boarded up with plywood. It was all his aunt had left him, a woman he'd met twice in his life. The inheritance felt less like a gift and more like a burden she'd finally managed to offload. Inside, the air was thick and still, smelling of dust, old wood, and something else. Something faintly metallic, like the scent of a handful of old pennies. Leo pushed open a window, the frame screaming in protest. The late afternoon sun did little to warm the chill seeping from the walls. He was a writer, or at least, he used to be. A failed novel and a cratered bank account in New York had driven him here. Toti's cheap free house, in a town he'd never heard of. Maybe the quiet would help him write, or maybe it would just swallow him whole. The first night, the silence was absolute. It was a physical presence, pressing in on his ear. He slept fitfully on a mattress on the floor, the unfamiliar sounds of the old house settling around him like the creaking bones of a giant. It was on the third day that the noises started, not the groans and pops of an aging structure, but something else, a faint, high-pitched whistling. It seemed to come from the walls themselves, a tuneless, airy sound that would start and stop at random. Leo would be scrubbing decades of grime from the kitchen sink, and it would begin, a sound like a tea kettle boiling in a distant room. He'd stop, listen, and it would vanish. "Old pipes," he muttered to himself, the sound of his own voice a comfort, just air in the old pipes. But the explanation felt thin. The whistling had a quality to it, a mocking, almost intelligent lilt. He ventured into town for supplies. The Derry Main Street was a monument to faded American ambition. A few dusty storefronts were still open, but many were boarded up. The people moved with a slow, deliberate